What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the blue color, playing as Thor. His name is Shadowfaxx. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Hades. His name is Shelty. The Shelton. Sorry, I stuffed it up. Damn it. Shelty the Snake. Shelton. I wish that he would just call himself the Snake. I think it would be so much more funny. For those of you guys who have been following, you will get the reference, but there's a really funny Shelty video that Shelty put up on YouTube quite some time ago of a audition for Ninja Warrior, and he called himself the Snake in there, which is it's just funny. Anyways, we do see Hades versus Thor on the map Mirage. I'm pretty excited to see this one here. This map is, I reckon this map is my favorite of the new maps that have been introduced. Just on the fact that it's very different. The problem with it is that everybody just thought that Cronus was the best on this map, where clearly Cronus is not the best on this map. I think it's been proven several times over that Cronus is a very beatable god on this map by pretty much every civilization is completely fine against Cronus here. And yet we've seen Cronus be picked a bunch of times. And I'm really happy to see that Shadowfaxx here has decided to go with the Thor here against the Hades of Shelty. So both players decided to go for something a little bit different. Now, the one thing that I will say is, in terms of strong gods on this map, I don't rate Thor stronger than Loki or stronger than Odin here. I think that Thor and Loki on this map are considerably stronger than Thor here. Now, people might say, well, you get access to the Dwarven Mine, which helps out with the early game as Thor, and I will just say to you, the help in the early game doesn't matter, because you can get 6 spawn fish that Shadowfaxx has got here. This is arguably veto worthy for Shadowfaxx, having only 6 fish spawn. Having 9 fish, I could start seeing a bit of an advantage for Thor, though those other 2 Norse gods would be able to easily play around it. But we'll have to wait and see how things are going to go here for Shadowfaxx. I like the Hades pick here. I don't think that you really need to worry too much about the water. Most of the time here with Hades, I'm against most gods. I'm going to suggest going for a very fast advance time. I would actually go for a 4-minute and 2-second advance time here. Most of the time, if I'm playing as Hades, and go for an Athena rush. Idea being, you build 4 fishing ship, click advance, build 2 more fishing ship, send villagers forward, drop the military buildings down, start putting pressure onto my opponent straight away. Same thing here for Odin and for Loki. 4-minute advance time, build 4 fishing ships straight away, build the last 2 fishing ship while you advance. Very strong builds here. I've actually changed my tune on this map quite a bit, where I was like, oh, it's best to go for like a 4-minute 30 advance time, getting those fishing ship up first. But I don't think that the advantage of getting the extra resources, getting those fishing ship out, say 30 seconds earlier, ends up making any difference. It's better to get the buildings down and the military started, to start putting pressure onto your opponent earlier and dictating the pace of the game. But we are seeing both players here going for what seems to me to be a relatively slow advance time on this map. The temple is up. There's the Athena for Shelty, as he's throwing down a second dock here, just in case. One little secret here to make this, if you only want to build 2 docks on Mirage, is to build the dock slightly off. Find where the center of your water is. Send the Katoskopos over there. Find where the center of that water is. And then you can build the dock off to the side and build the other dock over here. And that allows 3 fishing ships, these 3 fishing ships to go into this dock over here, and these 3 fishing ships to go into this dock over here, allowing them to be very efficient. So we'll see how things are going to go. As we almost see that from Shadowfaxx. He misplaces this dock ever so slightly, and he decides to go for the efficient ships over here as well. So both players going for double docks here to get the extra fish income and all the good stuff that comes from that. Houses coming down, Ursa coming in, and the big question is, what sort of a strategy are these guys going to go for? One big thing about this map is there is Gazelle here, and for some reason Shadowfaxx is not eating that. He's getting himself pig sticker. He got himself hunting dogs as well. No hunting dogs, just pig sticker for the time being here. And we'll start seeing those military buildings going down. As the walls coming up here as well. There's one longhouse. Persine coming through. I'll say this yet again. I do not think that Persine, when you have 6 fishing ship, is worth it. I don't think it's worth it when you have 7 fishing ship. I don't think it's worth it when you have 8 fishing ship. I don't think it's worth it when you have 9 fishing ship. On this map, rushing Persine slows you down too much. It takes you a very, very long time. Probably like 150 seconds to pay off Persine. Maybe even more, actually, to pay off Persine. Probably like 200 seconds to pay off Persine with only 6 fishing ship. It takes you a long time to pay that off, and it slows you down quite a bit. Getting it later, no problem. When you don't need to get anything else, but straight away, it's not worth it. It takes a long time to pay it off, in my opinion. And we are seeing that Shelty here is skipping it for the time being. So delaying it, no problem. You see the town center coming up. Much more value to get a town center than to get Persine on this map. And we do have a question. So yes, 6 fish does become roughly 7.8 fish. So roughly plus 2 fishing ships, which is an increase of around about 2 food, or a little bit less than 2 food a second. So when you think about it like that way, Persine, 300 resources, 2 food a second, that's 150 seconds to pay it off. But it's not 2 food a second, it's less than 2 food a second. It's actually closer to 1 food a second, actually. So it's probably closer to 300 seconds to pay that off. But it's definitely worth, as you can see, it's definitely worth it to grab it, but grabbing it straight away, not a priority. Not a priority. As the Valkyrie retreating away. Raiding cavalry coming back. I actually don't even know if it's a priority at this point here for Shelty. I would rather get myself like a hand axe or a pickaxe, depending on how many villages I've got. Like if I got this many villages here, maybe getting pickaxe or hand axe here is a little bit more worth it. Maybe. As you do see the forest fire coming down there, villagers going to be running into the tower. Nice defense there as well. As the raiding cavalry, we're looking for more picks here. Shadowfaxx going to be throwing down that Dwarven Armory, going to be going for a very, very quick heroic age. I like that play. Idea being, he does not have a great answer for the Hades army in the classical age. And he's going to be able to get himself to the heroic age quite fast and go straight in for throwing Axeman Huskal. And the other thing is that there's not that much food on the map, so we can go into a full, what do you call it? As the villagers are going to get caught out on this position. Very, very unfortunate here for Shadowfaxx. He's gone up through Skadi, but he can go into a full wood gold economy with the 6 villagers on 6 fishing ship on the water there. He's actually going to be able to get his upgrades as well. As the villagers getting pushed back, does manage to save 4 of them for the time being. As the Toxotes is searching around, going to be attempting to stop this town center from coming up here as well. As the Valkyrie getting pushed back here. The villagers do end up getting spotted here. Why didn't you run through the tower? You can make it back. There's room here. He loses every one of those villagers. Sad state of affairs if you are a gatherer of Shadowfaxx, and this village is hiding in this tower is not going to be able to hide there for all too long. Throwing Axeman getting snapped down there as well, as Shelty is playing this one very nice. Look at the resources. This is what makes Shelty so good. Is his macro, and he's always on point here, always low, always playing well. I'd love to see an extra military building placed down, or more of an attempt at going to the heroic age here, as the villagers here getting sniped down. Nice play from Shadowfaxx, but he does unfortunately throw away a raiding cavalry as the town center is up. Gold all on the top side of the map here, but if these units here for Shelty don't spot this location, Shadowfaxx could throw up a hill fort over there and secure that town gold mine very, very easily. There's a longhouse going down. I don't think that Shadowfaxx needs to be buying raiding cavalry here. They're not that useful, as he is trying to take a fight here, as the frost does end up getting utilized and a hill fort goes down. As for some reason, Shadowfaxx is kind of playing into the game plan of Shelty quite considerably. It looks like he wants to go for this large gold mine where the army currently is, where he could have easily put up a hill fort here and just taken his time to get his units out. But nonetheless, the frost is down. The hill fort will be coming up. More units coming through here as this Minotaur needs to get taken out. Will indeed be picked off here. And the question is going to be, will Shelty's restoration be enough in this position as medium infantry comes through? Lots of resources in the back. Another archery range coming down. Love to see some more buildings coming up. Villagers happily eating the gazelle in the middle of the map there as well. As the Toxotes getting cleaned up over here as well. More hoplites going down, and Shelty is going to be taking this opportunity to simply just use restoration if he needs to. He hasn't even clicked it just yet. His army is still incredibly strong here. No watchtowers up for Shadowfaxx either, as the Huskarl are going to start. And Shadowfaxx is in a world of pain right now as the hoplites, these aren't Zeus hoplites, but they're still going to be able to tear this hill fort down incredibly fast. Imagine if this was Zeus hoplites. The hill fort would most likely be, well, it will be dead by, what, 800 HP? That's how it works, right? Double the damage. But it looks like Shelty decided to pull off it for the time being. Ajax, Chiron going straight after those Frost Giants over there as they are getting baited in to fight the heroes for the time being. You are seeing that Shadowfaxx is trying to defend this, but he's just got nothing left in the tank as Shelty's fast 2 town center gameplay here into just a stock stand. It's a gold mine here, Shadowfaxx. Just send the dwarves over there. You can utilize the dwarves to fight, I guess, but Shelty is just going to continue to pound this area here. As the throw and axemen, more coming out of the longhouse. They're still trying to build those frost giants, still trying to build those Huskarl. The wood income not quite there for Shadowfaxx. Only looks like 11 villagers on wood at the present moment here. As the throw and axemen popping out, trying to get little shots. One shot, pop out. One shot, pop out. It's a nice play there from Shadowfaxx to try and make this work. But his hill fort will be indeed falling after all is said and done. And Shadowfaxx at the 11-minute mark gets absolutely run off the map here by Shelty. What an incredible game here by Shelty. I reckon, in all honesty, he almost did everything correctly here. The one thing I don't like is the second town center. I actually think this is I don't think this works, and it shouldn't work. If Shadowfaxx stays in the classical age and just masses raiding cavalry, runs around the map and just hits the raids, I'm fairly sure that Shelty is going to be in a lot of trouble. But because Shadowfaxx went for this fast, heroic kind of game plan, but didn't put the hill fort down in a safe place and tried to start taking the fight too early before he actually managed to utilize the tech that he got, which is Huskarl. If he got, like, I don't know, 5, 6 Huskarl out, probably then he's able to take the fight with the throw and axemen and everything else. But he wanted to fight straight away, and Shelty was just, his army was just too strong. And that's the game. Well played by Shelty getting the first win. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the follow in the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next game.